Oh, my friend. Thank you. You got yours ready? Yay. What is it? Thank you. Ricardo, where's your test? Need it too. Why are you bringing that? What? So studies, yes, these so studies hall. Your pen? Why do I need that? They were asking you today. That's why we had a bunch of makeup. Got it done? Then do it tonight. It's gonna be a little harder without your notebook, but you will. I did message all the posters that you need, so you got that. Okay, so you started on your outline, and you have your notes. That's not indented. You did not indent your paragraph. It needs to be indented, right? You can either erase the top line and squish your words together, or you can rewrite it. Your choice. Paper's over there if you want to rewrite it. I'll pass it back out your packet and information. Your paragraph. Start writing. All right, did everybody get this packet? Yes. Trying to find my one that has the beginning of the paragraph. Apparently, I gave that one out. So, can someone read to me the first sentence of the paragraph? Oh, no, I didn't give that one to you, did I? That had to do with how you wrote it. So, let me share screen. Live image. Sorry, I gotta catch my breath for a minute.
Miss Pandora, I need Landon to come with me.
Landon Hall? He just switched to Miss Ramita's classroom.
He's in
I mean, not Miss Daniel's classroom, I'm sorry.
Miss Pandora.
Daniel's, yes. Okay, let me try sharing this screen again. All right. So if you recall, those of you who are in here, raise your hand if you were not here Friday. Okay, you're going to be at a disadvantage because you weren't here when we took notes on this. However, I'm going to catch my breath. Run around a lot, kind of makes it a little more difficult, especially when you're wearing two shirts like I am. We went through 8 different articles. The first article was about cutting down forests. The second article was about the Erie Canal. Third article was about coal mining. Fourth article was about the Mississippi levee system. Fifth article was about the Hoover Dam. Sixth article was about the Imperial Valley. Seventh article was about grazing ranches. And the last article was about the Flint water crisis. Okay? And we listed out positive effects of these human impacts. And we listed out negative effects of these human impacts. Okay? If you've been gone more than one day, it's going to be really difficult for you. I don't know what to say. It just will be. These notes are worth 12 points. Your outline is worth 12 points. Your paragraph is going to be worth 8 points. So all total is worth 32 points. I'm going to take a wild guess that Hunter doesn't have any of the notes, do you? Because you've been gone quite a few days. Did it just let him in? Come on, darn computer. You miss multiple days of class and you don't get online, you really miss a lot. Give me a second, guys, because now I've got to copy this for Hunter. So each person is going to end up choosing different things to write about in their paragraph, because the paragraph says describe 2 ways. So your topic sentence, if you look at my poster, it says restate the question or prompt by turning it into a statement. Hello. Have a good day, sir. So we're just going to restate this. 2 ways humans, guys, I'm just taking this. 2 ways humans have altered the land in the United States. Exactly. Have altered the land in the United States are and look, I even indented, like I told all my students to do, and most of them, or many of them, did not. And I write out the word United States because this is a paragraph and we do not abbreviate in a paragraph. Or, and then I choose which two things I want to write about. You don't have to come up here, Joanna, because this is in your statement. You can see it on your own paper. Look at your paper. All you're doing is cutting off the first word, describe. See that second word too? Capitalize it and indent it. That's all you're doing, baby. I'm trying to show you guys. You just take the prompt they give you. Turn that into your topic sentence. What is it, Hunter? What is it? Aaliyah, have you had your temperature taken? Okay, come on in. Okay. Okay, so who needs this paper because you weren't here Friday to receive it? What is it? Is that it right there? Yeah, is that it? Oh, no. You get a piece of notebook paper. You were here Friday, you can't find it now, just get a piece of notebook paper. Give me more room anyway. Okay. And then you're going to tell me which two you're going to write about. Are you writing about water crisis and cattle grazing? Are you writing about Hoover Dam and Erie Canal? Tell me which two you're going to write about. And then write 3 detailed sentences and a conclusion sentence. Okay. Got it? You got 3 detailed sentences and a conclusion sentence. You should have a total of 5 sentences or more. Quiet without Jordan here. And Taylor's on too. I got your unit test done. They had it with 5 questions. The problem with 5 questions, if you miss one, it's an automatic C, which isn't good. Get your pencil. So get your pencil, Leah. So I came up with 5 more multiple choice questions, and they're easy. That way, if you miss one, it's a B, a high B. You miss 2, it's a C. Because when they only give you 5, that's not much room for error, is it? So I made it an easier test. You're welcome for that.
everything?
I mean, it all fits in the front side of the page.
Did you say you basically like, so basically to the Northern Tri-State
It's just 10 questions. It's not long at all. They had it as 5. A unit test should not be just 5 questions. I mean, that's if you missed 2 questions, you would have made an F. That wouldn't have been good at all for you.
Do we do anything to this one?
No, you don't do anything on the other side of the page. All I care about is the paragraph. Because this assignment's already given you 12 points for the notes, 12 points for your outline, and 8 points for the paragraph. That's a lot of points already for this assignment.
So actually, what's the two that we won't let you?
After what?
That we won't let you.
Get the paragraph done. Make sure you have your outline done. You have your outline finished?
What one's that?
Oh, we didn't do an outline on this one. Okay, never mind. So this one's worth 20 points. We didn't do an outline. I'm getting this one and the preceding assignment confused. With this being such a small quiz with just 10 questions, would you guys rather go ahead and take it tomorrow and be done with it? You'd rather put it off till Wednesday?
Oh, yeah, tomorrow. I thought we were doing it today.
No, you're not taking it today. We're going over the questions today. Just preparing you for the possibility, because other districts keep on going virtual. You guys have seen that in the news, right?
What?
Elysian Fields just went virtual as of today until the end of the month. So I'm preparing you for the possibility of us going virtual. If we go virtual, and they haven't told us that we are, I'm just saying, if, you hear that, right? If we go virtual, I know they're going to give us guidelines if we do, but just like your teaching in class has involved hearing me live, online you're going to need to do the same thing, because social studies and science involve paper, don't they? Right? And I've given you paper packets, and your quiz is on paper, right? Okay, so that means you're going to have to, if we go virtual, I'm just saying there's a possibility, because just like in March, we didn't know that was going to happen, did we? So if we go virtual, you need to know what times your classes are, okay? I'm just trying to early prepare you guys, because I didn't know until I was sitting in the hallway this morning that Elysian Fields had gone virtual. Elysian Fields is 30 miles from here. That's where Miss Krudlick lives, in Texas. She doesn't live in Louisiana. It's not very far away at all. All right.
How are we gonna do the quiz?
I can upload this to Dojo. I can meet people after school just like I did the last one. It's front, back, front. Let me show you. Let me zoom out. It's very short. It's just 10 questions. It's not as long as the last quiz. 1, 2, 3 on the front. But it has articles to go with these. Back. And then front. Okay. So I can meet people. I can email it to my students, or I can upload it on Dojo. Okay.
Okay.
You're finished writing. You can get a book to read. Man, you had your temp taken, right, Michaela? Okay. You can tell us it. That just tells me you've been through the office, which is good. Yes. You're done with it? Okay. Once you finish, you can get a book to read. You finish with it? Okay. Once you finish with it, you can get a book to read. When you finish with your paragraph, I need you to staple it to your notes. Make sure your name is on the front. Bring it to me and I'll staple your notes on top. And then you're going to put it in the Ramita's basket over there. Last name, okay.
I just have a question.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to like
Topic sentence, 3 detailed sentences, and a conclusion sentence.
So can I do like full
What?
detailed sentences? One.
Sure. The one with the notes on it, and then the paragraph. Make sure you fill it out. Okay, so that's worth 12 points. Can you tuck the cover on it like it's supposed to be? Thank you. That's about food chain. It's an important book. You need to know that information for the LEAP test. Yep, Northern Lights. Been there, seen it. And sometimes polar bears come into the city, Rovaniemi. What is it? Because they have to go farther and farther range to find their food. Craig and I posed with a picture of a polar bear in Rovaniemi when we were going out to eat. They're huge. With a statue of a polar bear, not an actual polar bear. You know, we rather like not getting shredded before we go eat our food. We don't want to be the food. We want to eat food. What is it? Yeah.
It's sad they're going extinct.
It is, because they're beautiful and they're amazingly complex animals. They're what?
It's super cold, so it can't get cold.
They're also super predators. Very smart. And we're just little chicken nuggets.
We're like their little side plate.
Yes, we are. We're the little mashed potatoes on the side. With a little gravy.
These are able to swim.
Yes, they swim very well.
Oh, that's bad for the swim.
I've allocated until 9 o'clock to do the number 2 activity there. And then after 9 o'clock, we'll do number 1 and 3. Okay. Mm-hmm. They've adapted. I read my books that I put on shelves. So does Miss Hall. My husband knows that too because I read it to him. I found that very intriguing. That's not 6 sentences or 5. I can't even tell if that's 1 sentence. You've got multiple detailed sentences to add to that.
Can you fill that out and send it back to me?
Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Hay. Absolutely. Yes, please do. I like paper being used to its potential. Big tray.
Hello. Friend stuff. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
I need to see Melanie Nunnery.
That's exactly who I'm sitting down.
Ma'am,
That's exactly who I was just sitting down.
oh, okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Come on, guys. Those of you that are working, you have another 12 minutes.
She's available.
Yes, ma'am.
You have Maya.
I do.
Maya, you gonna be a form. Where's Maya? Maya, do your sister have a form as well? Okay. Make sure, take that down to the office right now. Go. Trying to say. Yeah, yeah. Where's your sister? She is. Thank you, Ms. Ford. You're welcome.
And by the way, the flu shot will not hurt. I've had it. I've had the high dose. You will be just This is the book that I actually yearly for. It's a very good book. Goes right along with the sleep study. That book was $20-something. I had to wait 2 weeks for that sucker. Okay, let's get up. This needs to be part of this. Long arrow. I'm gonna take this.
I didn't know it's solar.
What?
Solar.
Just on what?
Solar. That's good.
Okay, Hunter, see if someone will share their notes with you so you can at least get the notes part complete. This paragraph is severely lacking, but let's get your notes complete, okay? Let me stay it together, okay? And repeat fast. Your notes. Where's the notes? Notes. It looks like this.
I think I did on Thursday.
Look in the basket. Put your name on top, it does not. Allie, you said mine, I'm really gonna look for someone to complete. Possible. Here.
I don't know where it's at. I turned it in on Thursday.
I don't know either. Let me give you this. And grab Katie's out of the basket, and you should be able to copy it back. If you have 5 minutes, that'll give you the time. Here you go. Stop talking.
Jane Duncan.
Still low. Yep, yep.
Wait. Oh, no.
She's a fourth grader.
Yes. Is she hiding? Hiding?
Oh, hold on, hold on.
Get a last name on it. And then put it in the pink basket, okay? Kaylee, you forgot to push in your chair, dear. Innocent page, get your last name put on it and put it in the pink basket. Good. Okay, so did I know who's still working? Allie, Hunter, Logan? Are those my students who are still working? Innocente, I need your article. Aaliyah's still working. Ricardo's still working. Innocente, I need your article. Kimber, are you still working? Did I get your article back? I need articles. If you're finished, I need your article, guys, or I won't have enough for this afternoon. Can you put this in the pink basket? Thank you. No talking, friends.
I'm going to look.
Faster. No talking, friends. You've got 2 more minutes to finish what you're doing. That's already an extension. Your notes were over there in the pink basket. Did you not turn in your paragraph? If that's your paragraph, you need to grab it. And you need to go get your notes that are in the pink basket because they're both part of your grade. Those of you grabbing a thick book, I don't know how wise that is because your time's about to run out. Hunter, you need to be writing faster. Bring them both to me, Maya. Come on. That in your paragraph so I can staple them together. Maya, your paragraph's on your desk, dear. That's not yours, that's Logan's. Huh? You need to find yours in. Quickly, Anthony. Quickly. Do you need me to staple it together for you? Logan, do you need me to staple it? You didn't just put the article set over there, did you? What you put in the basket, it wasn't that, was it? Okay. Gotcha. Okay, let's put my books back on the shelf. Aaliyah and Hunter, you need to finish up. I've already given you borrowed time. Maya, I sure hope you find what you need to find. Because, you know, it's just your grade. I need my books neatly put back on the shelf. Remember, the spine sticks out. That means there's tape on the spine, the tape to show. I need the articles. Otherwise, my students later on today won't be able to write. Get it. All right, Hunter, put hers and yours up. Make sure your name is on it. It needs to be stapled together too. Did I already staple it? Pink tray. Pink tray. Leah, I need to staple yours together. Come on. Today. Come on. You know there are shelves down below too, right, Bryson? Bryson, let's don't kill the book. There's a shelf in the middle and there's a shelf on the bottom. You got it going the wrong way. Bryson, spin it. There you go. Nope, not natural disasters. I need the notes to go with man-made human. Go. Where? Yep, that one. Bring it, Aaliyah. Come on. Needs a name. First name and last name. All right, I need the talking to stop. All right, who's still gone to the restroom? Hunter? Red king crab. Here is our first article because true to form. Nope. Nope. The quiz has multiple sources. So we're going back to one, the social studies test review. And it says test, but considering they only had 5 questions and I had to add 5 more, I would call it more of a quiz. But it gets us out of unit 1. Are we all cool with taking this tomorrow and getting completely done with unit 1? We get done with it? All right. Red king crab, source 1. Caught in the waters of Bristol Bay and Norton Sound, the true red king crab is the most prized species of crab in the world, with strong demand from consumers in Japan, the US, and Europe. America's largest harvest of red king crab takes place in the waters of Bristol Bay. Roughly 100 boats participate in the fishery and harvest millions of pounds over a period of 2 to 3 months. That's a lot of crab in 2 to 3 months, isn't it? Okay. Commercial fisheries in Bristol Bay region directly employ 12,400 people and generates $457 million in income. So the question that deals with this one, based on source 1, what is the main resource found in Alaska? All right, so what is the main resource found in Alaska? Aaliyah. Just read source 1. What is the main resource found in Alaska? What is it? Seafood, absolutely. Seafood. Okay. Let's go to source 2 because number 2 question asked about source 2. The impacts of the Arctic's warmest winter on record are being felt into the spring. As April drew to a close, scientists confirmed that sea ice in the Bering Sea, the body of water between Alaska and Russia. So when they say Bering Sea, they're talking this area right here. Okay. This little area between Russia and Alaska. So it would be up here if we were talking about where it's supposed to be on the map. Was it 10% of normal levels? So what was it, 10% of normal levels?
The water. body of water.
No, not the body of water.
Russia and Alaska.
No, Russia and Alaska were not at 10%. They didn't shrink the land area. What was it 10%, guys? Go back in that paragraph. What was it 10% of normal levels? Megan, do you know, was it 10% of normal levels?
The body of water between Alaska and Russia.
No, not the body of water. Sea ice, right here. The level of sea ice. In other words, 90% of the sea ice is gone. That's pretty bad, isn't it? 90%. So any animals that would normally be on that sea ice would be struggling to survive. Aaliyah, I need you sitting up and paying attention.
I heard the water in Alaska isn't that cold.
Yes, it is. Let's keep paying attention. Warmer air and water temperatures have interacted with lower ice levels over the past 4 winters to create even greater melting. The lack of stable ice cover has made it difficult for Alaska residents to travel between communities on boats or snow machines, or to hunt for marine life like mammals, fish and crabs, the report found. So people that live in Alaska are having a harder time moving around on boats or on snow machines, and they're also having a harder time hunting for marine life like fish and crabs.
Only for marine.
Marine meaning ocean. Okay, so based on source 2, which of the following best describes the impact that the change in climate has had on Alaskan people? Look at your choices. What is your best answer? 2 answers are correct, but what is the best answer? Kaylee, what's the best answer? A is correct, but that's not the best answer. Y'all hear that, right? A is correct, but that's not the best answer. Joanna, what is the best answer? What is it? D is not correct. What do you think, Michaela? C. C is the best answer. I don't need to hear I knew it. I just need you guys to understand the best answer, the thing that is most impacting people, is that they can't gather food. Yes, the ice is dropped, but the biggest impact on people is they can't gather food. Everybody understand that? If you mark A, I have to mark it wrong. C is your best answer. Got it? Okay. Let's look at source 3, question 3, so you can see the answers before we go to the source. Based on source 3, what has caused the erosion seen on Alaska's coast? We're going to select 2. Large sheets of ice storms, man-made levees, earthquakes, or warmer climate. So we're looking for what caused erosion. Now let's go to the source. Okay, source 3. Look how red that looks, right? That looks like hay. Here's the actual picture. That's Elmo distorting the colors. It looks like hay, doesn't it, Bryson? Looks like hay baled up, doesn't it? It's kind of pretty.
It looks like a lava.
You wouldn't think of that for Alaska, would you? Michaela, stop. Pay attention. Okay. Record low sea ice this fall and near record warm temperatures are bad news for villages along Alaska's coast. Winter ice used to serve as a buffer, protecting the shoreline during the region's strong fall storms. Now it's forming later in the year, leaving communities exposed. Katie Ialuk says when she was little, the river was so far away you could barely see it. Now, she and her husband Dalen says it feels like the storms are at their doorstep. You're looking at huge swells during a storm. And when those swells hit the side of the land, you see water shoot up. Even to this day, Katie says, it surprises me there's big waves, even though I've seen it every day of my life. So every day I'm scared.
Wow.
All right, so let's go to the question. Based on source 3, what has caused the erosion seen on Alaska's coast? So storms is one cause, B. What do you think, Hunter? What's the other one? Hunter, just Hunter. So storms is one, B. What's the other? Not earthquakes. It never mentioned earthquakes. What do you think, Haley? We already said B. Storms is one. What's the other motivation? The other cause? Huh? E. Warmer climate. Yes, indeed. So it's B and E. You have to mark them both or it's wrong. B and E. Got it? Okay. Your next question is going to ask strictly about source 4, how humans alter the coast of Prince William Sound. Okay. Create a pipeline to pump oil to tankers, polluted the coast, destroying animals and their habitat. Built ports so heavy tankers can be filled with oil or mined oil from shoreline areas. Who is doing the drums? Jeez Louise. Okay. Exxon oil spill. This was, up until the past few years, the worst oil spill ever. There's one that happened right off the coast of Venezuela in the past month that Americans really have not heard about, that is far worse than this. And it is probably about 10 times worse than Exxon Valdez. And it's just not been on the news because all we've been hearing about is coronavirus and Trump versus Biden. We are very, I don't know if self-centered is a word. We are very focused on just our own issues. We don't tend to see issues or pay attention to issues outside of our own country because we think it doesn't involve us. Did you know there was a hurricane of category 5 that hit Nicaragua and killed hundreds of people? That was last week, the same day that we voted for our new president. It was a major one. And it's coming back around and hitting again. No. See what I mean? People are only concerned about it hitting the United States. They're not concerned about it hitting other areas. And that is the way that Americans think. Okay. There is People were concerned about Deepwater Horizon because it happened off the coast of Louisiana. But they're not concerned about the worst ocean spill in the history of the world going on still in Venezuela. Worst ever in the world to date. The boat is still down there leaking out oil into the ocean, and it could be taken up and the oil could be captured, and they're just letting it go. There you go. Why don't they fix it? It's not in America. And no, that's Exxon Valdez. That was 1989. But Americans are very centered on American issues and things that affect America. We don't tend to pay attention to things that don't affect Americans.
Let's have a field trip and go there. Fix it.
You would have to see some stuff that's going on in Venezuela. Venezuela's got its own set of messes. All right, let's read about this one. On March 24th, 1989, the oil tanker Exxon Valdez had just entered Alaska's Prince William Sound after departing the port full of crude oil. Crude oil means it's not been refined in any way. It's just heavy oil. It's not ready to go and be used. At 12:04 a.m., so around midnight, the ship struck a reef, tearing open the hull and releasing 11 million gallons of oil into the environment. This was a pristine environment. Absolutely perfect. No pollution in this environment before that time. Eventually, more than 1,000 miles of coastline were fouled and hundreds of thousands of animals perished. What does it mean to perish? Died. Let me go back on that number again. Hundreds of thousands of animals died. That is when, you guys have seen the ads for Dawn soap saving animals. That's when they found out that Dawn soap would take oil off of animals. It was from the Exxon Valdez. When the Exxon Valdez ran aground. Yep, that's what it's from. That's when they found out. Problem is making Dawn soap, their company dumps bad chemicals into the environment, causing problems like what we saw at the Flint water crisis. So they cause stuff like the Flint water crisis, but their product saves animals. It takes oil off of animals safely, but it'll burn your eyes. If a person has an infection in their eyes, Dawn soap is one of the things the doctors recommend that you use to kill the bacteria in your eyes. It'll burn like dickens, but it will kill the bacteria in your eyes. It's strong enough to kill the bacteria, and it's strong enough to get oil off of animals and not kill the animal. But in the process of making Dawn soap, they let out waste products that foul the environment. So it's good and bad. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right, so let's go to the question here. Based on source 4, how have humans altered the coast of Prince William Sound? Innocente. How did humans alter the coast of Prince William Sound? A sound is like a bay. So it's a mostly enclosed area. Think of it kind of like a bayou. So how did humans alter the coast of that sound? Innocente's not throwing his voice. Innocente's located right here. So other people need to stop talking. Go for it. No, no, that's not how they were, not purposely. What do you think, Anthony? What'd they do? B. They polluted the coast, destroying animals in their habitat. All right, so number 5, based on all the sources, describe 2 ways the warming climate has impacted Alaska. All right, I'm gonna give you a heads up. Source 4 is not telling you anything about a warming climate. Source 4 is just telling you about a big ship that ran aground. So source 4 is not going to help you at all. Okay. Source 3 talks about a warming climate. Source 2 talks about low Bering Sea ice. Is that a warming climate? Yes. Well, it is. Source 1, it doesn't really talk about a warming climate. So your answer for number 5 could come from source 2 and source 3. So I need an answer to this. 2 ways the warming climate has impacted Alaska.
Pretty easy.
Come on, tell me. What does source 3 talk about? What was source 3 talking about? Look. What was the point of this article? Storms causing erosion. Okay, so warming sea temperatures have caused erosion in Alaska, according to which source? No, according to source 3. And source 2 stated what? Ice loss made it harder for people what? Okay. Source 2 stated that sea ice loss makes it harder for people to catch food. Now look, I gave a complete answer, said where my information came from, right? And said 2 ways. Everybody see that? And I wrote it neatly enough that everybody can read it. Stop reading in the classroom while I'm teaching a lesson. Unless you want to see how good I am at flinging a pencil. Not quite as good as you at shooting deer, but deer. I know you did. I saw it on Facebook. That's why I made a comment. Okay. You see that? I said according to source 3 instead how warming temperatures affect Alaska, right? And then said, according to source 2, how it affects Alaska. Yes? And I did so neatly enough that my friends can read it. Yes? I don't have to have 5 people read over it to try to decipher one word here and there. Right, Hunter? Yeah, I couldn't read your writing.
You read yours.
My classmates can read this, can't you?
Yeah.
You need to learn to read cursive.
I can. I can.
That's not a problem. All right, so the other questions that I made up this morning that are really easy. You don't need a source set to do these. In the Northeast region, the lack of this natural feature meant farming was difficult. Therefore, manufacturing was a major industry. What natural feature does the Northeast lack? Rocky soil, fertile soil, mountains, or rivers? What do they not have? What do they not have? Therefore, they have manufacturing. Fertile soil. So what you would circle is fertile soil. Everybody understand that? Aaliyah, I don't know if you're paying attention because you're looking at other things. In the West, when the gold rush occurred, one man realized the desert could be farmed so that all the people who traveled west could be fed. The idea of adding water to fields is called water crisis, irrigation, mining, or erosion.
Water crisis.
No, irrigation.
Yeah, I got it.
Regions which are surrounded by large bodies of water often has seafood as a major industry. Indeed, these regions all count seafood as major money makers for their economies. Circle all that apply. There are 2 answers. Which ones have seafood as major money makers for their economies? The Midwest, West, Southeast, or Southwest? 2. Southwest does not have seafood. West. Midwest does not.
Southeast.
Southeast. It's the West and the Southeast, so B and C. The most densely populated region in the United States is the, not the Southwest.
Southeast.
No,
Northeast.
Northeast. Northeast. Remember, it's the smallest one and the most densely populated. First one is populated by Europeans. All of the following are man-made impacts on the land of the USA, except there are 2 answers. All of the following are man-made impacts except Flint water crisis, landslides, Hoover Dam, Grand Canyon.
Landslides and Grand Canyon.
Landslides and Grand Canyon. Those are natural disasters or natural phenomena. Okay? It is, isn't it? Okay. I told you those are easy, aren't they? Right? And they help balance out the test because the test only had 5 questions. Yes. Each one of these are worth 1 point. Your whole quiz is worth probably going to be worth 11 because this one's worth 2 points. So 11 points. All right. Okay, so now we move into today's activity. Put your name at the top. We started, but we were not gonna finish it today. Put your name on the top. No, remember I put stuff in your folder? There's a pencil on the floor underneath your desk. Stop timing. We're gonna go over. Yes, you're gonna write on it. Put your name on it. Okay, does everybody have their name on motivations of early European explorers? We do attendance real quick, like, for just a second, guys. Ava. Who was the third name on that list? Ava, Holt, and who was the other one? Ethan. 3 off. Ready to roll. What is it? Okay. Stop share on that one. screen share on this. Some of this is missing. Darn it. Yeah, got that. My friends that are online, please be patient. I know we don't have much time, but we have enough to start the lesson. I got to pull up this lesson though. Okay, now we're to the part where I can share. Share screen. Okay, so the first question at the top of your page, guys, is why did European countries begin to explore the world? So, Age of Exploration was a period from the early 15th century. We haven't gone over how to read centuries, have we? No. So 15th century is the 1400s. So the 20th century is what? My oldest son was born in the 20th century. He was born in the what? What? No. 15th century is the 1400s. 20th century is the 1900s. All of you are born in the 21st century. My middle son and my youngest son were both born in the 21st century. So the 21st century is the what? 2000s.
How long is the century?
100 years.
Yeah. Very great.
Okay. So the 16th century is what years? 1500s. So when that article says the 15th century, what years is that? 1400s. 17th century is the 1600s. Make sense? This is why the first century is the zeros.
It involves the
It's the zeros to 99. That's why.
And then the second.
Got it? Because you gotta have something to name those first few years, right?
So like if you have the 18, it will be 17.
So I have one child born in the 20th century and two children born in the 21st century. All right, the Age of Exploration was a period from the early 15th century to the 1400s that continued into the early 17th century, so the 1600s. By the early 1400s, merchants, those are people who sell things, and crusaders, which were religious people who wanted to travel around the world, had brought many goods to Europe from Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. Demand for these goods increased the desire for trade. Europeans were especially interested in spices from Asia. They had learned to use spices to help preserve food during winter and to cover up the taste of food that was no longer fresh. Think about your food. If it had no spices, it would be mighty untasty, wouldn't it? We use salt and sugar a lot, don't we?
Potatoes.
Who in here drinks tea?
Everybody.
Have you ever had tea without sugar? Does it taste good without sugar?
No.
It tastes pretty darn disgusting, doesn't it? Have you ever had hamburger meat without some kind of salt or some kind of pepper added to it? It doesn't taste very good, does it? Have you ever had chicken, like boiled chicken without something added to it?
Yellow chicken?
It doesn't taste very good, does it? Spices make a world of difference. All right, let's line up.
Bye.
All right, quiet.
We didn't write on it all today, but I'll give it to you.
What is threatening for?
All right, not talking. Remember to sanitize your hands, line up straight. And my friends are on virtual. See you tomorrow.